I was getting ready to hang out with you guys and I started having a lot of feelings about my hair. Growing up, a grand total of nobody complimented me on my hair because it's very, very thick and very, very poofy. It's not very soft, like naturally. And it's wavy, kinky, but not curly. It would be insulting to beautiful curly haired women that my hair is just like, it's a challenge. It's always been a challenge. But I started learning what it naturally wanted to be as I got older. And it was because when I went on tour for a few years, I didn't have immediate access to someone that was regularly doing my hair, so I just kind of let it go. I let it grow. And it turned into something that now, like, I'm a little bit known for this like long hair that I have, and I love thinking up different ways to style it. Most of the ways I style it are my goal is to not spend 2 hours doing my hair. That's like number one. To not damage it, so to use the least amount of heat, but to have like the nicest impact, so create like a really unique kind of style and something that will last for a few days. So this particular one that I've been doing for a while, and I get a lot of questions of people asking me how I'm curling my hair. That's what this video is all about. We're going to do it together. But I just, started really feeling all these feelings, so I thought I'd share them. And like, obviously, I never leave the house with my hair natural. This is my natural texture. I look like, Cousin's It's older sister. Just kidding. Or like I'm auditioning for Little House on the Prairie. So this is not, I style my hair before I leave the house. I'm going to start by putting most of my hair all to one side because I section my own hair. So the first section is going to be this bottom part. And the reason I start with this bottom part is I part my hair on this side. So the bottom part is the part that shows the least. So I'm going to use the least amount of heat here. And because I just plugged in my curling iron isn't hot enough yet. So I start with the part that I care about the least, which is right here. And then always adding, I have some heat protection, and try the brand new Chronologiste by Kerastase. This is like skincare for your hair. It's hair care. This bottle is obnoxiously expensive. It's $250. So you can see here, there's encapsulated enzymes, vitamins. And so when you squeeze it out, it bursts. So it's like freshly squeezed vitamins. So you're just getting a lot. Oh, this is my first time using this one. I have tried it at the studio, and we actually sell these very well because everyone's into what it does. It's basically like anti-aging for your hair. So it bursts those little caviar bubbles. And I'm not gonna use very much because I already have the heat protection, but this is more for the stressed parts of my hair. It actually does smell so good. And this particular line, the Chronologiste, it's all of the black bottles. It's my favorite because it also matches my bathroom, but I like the way that what it does to my hair as well. And I also really like the new pink line that is the Chroma. And I really like the Extensioniste, which is the green line. So those are my three favorite for my hair. No matter what type of hair you have, they have a very specific line that was created to give you your best hair. And I would agree with that. So we'll start with this little part. And I like to brush the section and then not brush each individual piece. And one of my stylists actually taught me that if you brush each individual little piece before you curl it, it can create a little bit more frizz, which I do not want that. I already have enough frizz in my hair. I just realized that by starting in the back, which is what I normally do, you won't be able to see. So I'm going to start kind of in the middle just so you can see what I do. And I take smaller pieces at the top and bigger pieces at the bottom. And the reason is you don't really see the bottom as much. And I actually get quite a bit of breakage in my bottom pieces. That's where my hair is like more curly. So I guess it's more brittle. So I don't want to encourage that. So I'm going to take a piece here and I'm going to show you what I do. I'm going to halfway on my hair and keeping the curling iron perpendicular, straight across. At the same time I go up, I'm going to wrap my bottom hair around the barrel like a wand. And I'm going slowly on purpose, not just because I want you to see, but also this is the way I do it, because I want the least amount of heat on this part, my like bottom pieces of my hair. So I keep on holding it perpendicular. Sometimes I touch it to see if it's warm, but because I used a small section, I know that it's done. And then I take it out and I try not to touch it, but you can see the top part has like a tighter curl and then there's a looser curl. By the time I'm finished, the ends are going to kind of lay straight, which is what I'm trying to do. I don't need that like 1990s curl. So that is my technique. Let's do a few more. All right, so I find this to be the fastest, but also giving me the effect that I want. And I try and get this part of the curling iron as close to my scalp as possible because I do want to curl the top of my hair, and then I'm really taking my time with the ends here because I barely want any heat on the ends. And then I'm going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish. And that's it. This section is finished. And the curls shouldn't be too perfect. So the ones in the back have a little bit, I have bigger sections. The ones on the top are slightly smaller, slightly more curled. All of the bottom is relatively like bent, but not curled into a coil because I want my hair at the bottom to be really like nice and thick and like almost natural, like I didn't curl my hair. I leave this here, and now I'm going to do the same section. So I section my hair into 3 different sections. That's the first one. The second one, I actually find my part. I like a kind of a deeper part. And the reason I like a slightly deeper part is because I have such long hair, I want more volume at the top. I don't want it to look like heavy and being dragged down. So a deeper part gives more volume. So now I'll take this whole section. So I need to do all of this here, and then I'll keep this side over here. Sometimes I tuck it behind my ear just to keep it out of the way. You can also use a clip. I'm usually in a hurry and I don't know where one is. Chunky piece, so bigger than all of the other ones. And keeping it perpendicular. And the reason I'm keeping it perpendicular and I'm not going like this is I don't want my hair to look curled in the end. I want it to look like this. It's not a Hollywood wave, but it's derivative of a Hollywood wave. It's kind of last 2 pieces, and I'm going to do much smaller pieces now that we're in the very front. The biggest thing to remember is your entire head goes under like this with the perpendicular barrel, except for your bangs, which are on the other side. So with this side, I'm going to continue doing what I've always been doing, but then you'll see when I get to the other side what I do differently. You'll see what I mean, like like that. Now, the last section. This section is finished, this section is finished. Now it's kind of like my top bang section. And I'm going to, again, start from the back, doing the exact same thing until I get to my actual bangs, which are not really bangs, but they're kind of a long layer. Because this is the top piece, I'm going to take smaller sections and I'm going to hold these sections for a slightly longer amount of time so the curl is more exaggerated. Anywho, my point in me telling you that I had unruly, kind of difficult, some may even call it unattractive hair for the majority of my life, was that if you feel like your hair is not at its best, the worst thing you can do is try and fight it. And that's what I did. I tried to give it like weird cuts to like take out the bulk. I did different like layers to try and like make it shaped so that it would have like, didn't look like a big triangle, like a frizzy triangle. I made it blonde, I got a perm. I did all sorts of things and nothing ever worked. And it wasn't until I kind of left it alone and almost like got to know it a little bit that I understood its personality. And then just learning how to style it so that I'm working with my natural texture. That's my biggest advice to you. If you haven't found your perfect hair yet, then maybe leave it alone for the next 6 months and see where it wants to go. And then that should inspire you. Now we're at the last piece, which is like kind of the bang piece. And I'm going to, my hair gets really frizzy right up around here, so I'm gonna just brush that out so that I have all these little baby hairs. And now I'm going to go the other way. So bringing down all of those little baby hairs, and now as you can see, I'm holding the wand diagonally because I want this piece of my hair to be swept away from my eyes rather than in my eyes. And I don't want the end to be that curled, but it always gets more curled than I wanted, so I give it a little tug. We're going to let this all cool for about 5 minutes and then we'll brush it out together. This part's always difficult because I want you to see the whole reveal, but I want you to more close up see what I was doing. So I'm gonna start close up so you can really see. So you just brush it like normal, and what will happen is it will take shape. So this front piece that I curled away is going to have a different shape from everything else. So you can see here, everything is going to curl under, which will make your hair look longer, which is what I'm trying to do. Just really shock people with the length of my hair. That's my soft S-wave. This is going to last me 4 days, and it's one notch up from effortless. It's obviously like, I obviously did my hair, but it takes me no time at all, and I think it looks great. It's currently my favorite hairstyle, and definitely the one I get the most questions on. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know if you try this. Let me know if this works for your hair. Maybe we have the exact same hair and you've been looking for really long hairstyles. Let me know too if you've found like your perfect hair, or if it's something that you're still searching for, because I find that really interesting. Whenever I pair someone up with one of my hairstylists in my salon, I always look for that personality mix, because I know that when you have the right personalities working together, it's like a collaborative experience, and it's a relationship that should last over time because it takes a long time to get your goal hair, no matter where you're starting from and no matter where you want to go. It's not something that you can like poof, instantly, completely change your hair. You have to have patience and a really good stylist and some really good products. Okay, have a great day. Mwah!